Thank you, Professor Lang. What we're going to do is we have a couple people who are going to kind of walk up and down the aisles, and you're allowed to write a question if you don't want to come and stand in line over here. But if you don't mind asking a question, we would like people to come and line up over here for questions. Thank you very much. Mainly because of the videotape. This is going to the video feed. So
you do not have to ask any questions, by the way.
Yeah, you don't have to ask.
No questions, it's fine. We could just go home. Yes, sir.
Just line up right here.
Do you play football?
No. Basically, according to I'm not a Christian, I'm an agnostic, but according to the Christian faith, demons are smart. The devil's very intelligent. All the things that you say he could have done, therefore what you believe now could have been he basically could have made, and therefore he's now leading many people to hell.
Pardon, say that again? I didn't quite catch it.
According to the Christian faith,
the devil is very smart.
He's smart. Demons are, the devil is just incredibly smart and could do everything of what you said. Therefore, possibly this could have been his greatest work, and therefore many people are being led to hell.
Oh, but
I'm not a Christian though, but I'm agnostic. But yes.
Can I just ask then, what's the motivation behind the question? I'm just curious. You're fascinating me.
I'm just curious. I mean, how would you ask that?
What?
I mean, how do you answer that? Because you're obviously putting a supernatural element into it, and therefore, if that's how do you know if that supernatural isn't coming from the divine or the demonic?
I'm just curious why you would ask that from an atheist, agnostic perspective. It's okay. No, I don't mind. Yeah. The question is, just in case you haven't heard it, and I hope I phrased it correctly.
Yes.
According to the Christian faith, and this man is an agnostic, he's unsure of the existence of God, but he said according to the Christian faith, Satan is very smart.
Yes.
And he could do tremendous things.
Yes.
And he could produce great works. And so how do you know that Satan didn't produce this to
deceive?
To what?
To deceive and basically
to deceive people and lead them away from God.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Well, let me say this. If this was the work of Satan, although, in the Quran, Satan is stripped of much of his power. It says the guile of Satan is weak. So there's a different religious perspective here. Satan but whispers, and certain people follow them. He whispers into their heart. He's that source of temptation that they're exposed to, and he follows them. But he says in many places in the Quran, I had no power over you. He's really sort of stripped of the power. So he doesn't have the same tremendous power that he has in Christianity, for example. Yeah. But nonetheless, how do I know that this couldn't be the work of some great evil force that was trying to deceive people and to lead them away from the belief in God? Well, if Satan were so clever, and it was his design to produce this so it would lead them away from the belief of God and righteous living, then he failed miserably. Because there's 1 billion people around the world, even to this day, that through the Quran are devout believers in one God.
But therefore they don't believe in Jesus, therefore his master scheme would have worked because now people are going to hell, which therefore Satan likes.
Well, maybe from the Christian perspective, but I'm just saying from an outside perspective. Okay. From an outside perspective, if Satan wanted to create something that would get people to do evil, then he failed miserably. Because this same scripture has gotten people to live righteous lives, to dedicate themselves to doing goodness, to give up drinking, to give up sexual licentiousness, to give up all the things he supposedly wants us to do. He's gotten people to give up murder, to give up killing, to give up violence, to give up theft, to give up stealing, to give up lying, to give up cheating, to love God, to love his prophets, to love Jesus, and on and on and on. If this was the work of a demon, then I would say that Satan was a very good guy.
Well, okay.
I'm talking from an outside perspective, not from any religious point of view. Are you following me? As an atheist, when I first read the Quran, you're asking me from the atheist perspective because I read it as an atheist. If this is the type of things that Satan is advocating, then he's a good person. That would have been my reaction.
Christian morality is similar too.
What?
Christian morality is very similar
Well, fine. So the Muslims do not discount that there's a lot of truth in Christianity, for example. You know, unlike other religions, the Quran, I mean, other people, let me say, unlike certain people, the Quran does not say that only Muslims will enter paradise someday. It says that people of other scriptures will too. People of other religions can too, provided, you know, that they're being sincere and that they are living according to what they truly know.